Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. We're heading straight back into ESBR. We're heading straight back in with Vegeta's family team. This time though, we're going to be rocking out with the EZA Super Saiyan 3 Trunks. And this is a good start. This is the rotations I was looking for. The only problem is those of a lot of attacks in each section. Now this turn could actually go a lot better than it possibly can, and this is the huge problem I have with both the Super Saiyan 3 Trunks and his pops that we used yesterday. And of course, I mean, if you've been watching recently, you'll know my huge gripe with both these units. And if you're new here and you don't know, first off, consider subscribing, and also if you haven't been enjoying the content, don't forget to drop a like on the video. A little quick plug there. My gripe with these units are the fact that they have a chance to guard. So if they do guard, this turn can actually go pretty well. If the chance to guard doesn't come off for Trunks, who's a 50% chance to guard, which is literally a coin toss of a chance. Frieza is stunned, which is nice. That is a good start. So hopefully RNG is in our favor for the guards. And his pops has even less of a chance, which is the 30% chance to guard. So we have a coin toss and just not a coin toss chance for them to guard. It does look like they are guarding though. Well, at least Trunks is so far. Good start. Now as the dad, show him how the guard's done. An additional, I mean, cool. But this turn has actually started the best it could have. Okay, this is a type disadvantage super attacks that's still gonna hurt, but I think his guard was active. I think either the Whis is doing way more than I thought it would, and him supering twice was the reason why he took double digits on the basic, or he guarded, but then of course because of the type advantage on him, that's why we still took big damage. I think that's why. I think they all guarded. I think they did. Think. Keyword think. So Vegeta is stunned. Not Vegeta. Nah. Frieza is stunned. I don't want to do this. Think we do this, then we do the wait. Will SSB one-shot him? I don't think he will. We still have the Whis active, so there's that. Just in case he doesn't, we'll attack you. And then the only thing that worries me here is if Sorbet supers at the end where we have to... Okay, no, he's supering immediately, which is... Okay, we're getting super attacked immediately. I mean, that does no damage, but that's fine. That's fine. We got the super attacks out of the way. That was the most important thing. That was the most important thing. Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta at the end is going to raise his defense. Kind of a good thing that I attacked you twice then. Big 4.2 milli attacks out on the Super Saiyan GT Vegeta. Bang, get smacked with a 3 milli crit. That does nothing. Your defense is going to go up this turn as well. If you get an additional, that would actually be even better, but you don't really need it because Sorbet's already supered. Doesn't matter because you critted him. That's okay. We started off well. We don't have the most health, but for the most part, that has started off really well. I can't complain. Now, I don't want to pop an item here, but I might have to. Like, I really do not want to pop an item here, but I might have to. Are you serious? We're one keys. Why is it always one? Why is it always one? Like, I need one key sphere to raise both for attack and defense for the turn, and it's always one. We're still going to be quite open to a bit of damage from Frieza at the end, but I don't want to pop a snake. Okay, he's super attacking immediately, which is fine, because we're going to tank it a bit, which is good. But the basic is still going to do a bit of damage, because we haven't raised our defense on SJ4 Vegeta. And Frieza, of course, has type advantage. And Vegeta didn't stun, which is kind of annoying. We did stun last turn. No, the turn before that, so it's not the worst. So you should be dead. I forget your name. I forget all of your names apart from Sorbet, even though I think the tech one is Tagamo. I think his name's Tagamo. It will pop the active. It won't kill, but it'll do a bit of extra damage. But in terms of Trunks, I do think he'll work quite well here. And also from some calculations that my friend did yesterday, I must have misjudged the Xeno Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta. So, change of plan, I will be attempting to take them into ESBR to see what they can do and doing videos solely on them. Because apparently, well, because my Xeno Super Saiyan Vegeta is rainbowed, he should be fine after about one super attack to be able to tank decent on a basic, or be fine on a basic, and then, you know, still take probably quite a bit on a super attack, but not be one shot. So you kind of have to not really work your items around him per se, but you know, you're more likely to pop a Whist if he's on rotation. So kind of falls in the usual bracket of units that don't have ridiculous defense, dodge, have damage reduction, those type of things. So that's okay. Xeno Goku, a little bit less safe, but of course he is only free dupe. He's 55% in the dupe system, which means I'll probably have to super attack around about 3 times for him, where he'll be able to do like be fine on a basic and not be one shot on a super. So yeah, they both should be somewhat good in the SBR. They should be capable, at least. Should be capable. I think I'll probably run them as floaters, take advantage of the fact they support their respective family categories. You know, to be fair, Goku can stun, which is useful here. They do have the potential to run on main rotation. It's just obviously a bit more risky to do so, understandably. But of course, as I said, Goku can stun, which can be very useful here. That's like one of the few events you can kind of take advantage of a unit stunning, so there's that. Also, Vegeta lowers attack, which can be useful. You know, who doesn't want to take a bit less damage doing ESBR, because I know I do. So yeah, we will give them a go. So I will do that eventually. There's still a bunch of content to get through. Can we get the stun? We do get the stun. That's big. Also, that's going to do nothing because we have the snake, we have the damage reduction for 10 turns. And then, cool, if you can get an additional, that'd be good for stacking up your passive. But the reason why I think Trunks work well here, I think we just got the guard. No, we had type advantage there, and then hit was stunned. So, I mean, to be fair, this turn's gone quite well. But the reason why I think Trunks could work quite well in the SBR, or will work quite well, is not only similar to Pops, not only similar to his dad. You know, on super attack, he raises his attack and defense by 30% for 9 turns. And of course, every time he supers, he's going to do that as well. But he's pretty much set after one super attack, which is nice. But the fact he just generally raises his attack and defense on super is of course helpful. Attack and defense plus 120, which, as I said numerous of times before, is kind of the kind of typical. We've got. Do I do this for? No. No, there's an AGL unit in that slot. I think I do this, and then okay, I can't get the A team with you, but that's okay. And then do this, and that greatly raises, no, massively raises his attack and defense. But yeah, the attack and defense plus 120, which every Dragon Ball Heroes unit that got Dokkan or EZA in acceleration for some reason got 120%. Still have no idea why that was like their favorite number to go for, but I mean, it's not bad, is it? You have the disable enemy's guard, which is neither here nor there here. High chance of guarding all attacks, which I think I mentioned this in the beginning, like the first fight, the first phase. If you've been watching the videos recently over the last like almost 2 weeks, you'll know I'm really not a fan. Like, I am not a fan at all of the whole chance to guard. Yes, granted, having a chance to guard is better than not guarding at all. 100%. Like, I get that. But that chance to guard can ruin everything. Or has at least the possibility to do so. Because, for example, Trunks has a high chance to guard, which is better than Vegeta yesterday, who only had a medium chance unless you have, what, 60% HP or less. And then it goes up to a high chance, which is almost even worse in itself. Like, yes, you have the trade-off for getting... Okay, we didn't get the stun. I think we'll be okay. Yes, you have the trade-off of you get a high chance to guard, but then you have even less health to work with, and if the guard doesn't come off, which I think Trunks' guard came off there, so that's great. It's almost like you're trying to prove me wrong. I mean, by all means, keep guarding. Like, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But then there's like the trade-off is you have 60% HP or less, but then you have the high chance to guard, but it's even more of a risk if it doesn't come off. which is why ideally Super Saiyan 3 Fizz Vegeta can actually be a very good, well-rounded and very good defensive unit in a harder event. Like, if you tick all the conditions and they come off for you, like the guard, because then the damage reduction happens, you super attack, so you raise your attack and defense, amazing. But if all those conditions don't get ticked off, he's okay. He's okay, and he can be a little bit of a flight risk in harder events, like ESBR. But luckily yesterday for us, we didn't really have to worry about him all too much, because he actually did get the guard off a lot of the times. As I said, I'm not complaining. Like, if you want a guard all the time for us, even though there's only a medium % chance to do so, then do so. But Trunks is basically a coin toss. He is a coin flip. Do I pop an item? I feel like we'll be fine, but at the same time I don't want to risk it. So I feel like popping an item. Do I pop an item? I'm not sure that I want to. I think I'm gonna pop a Usher just because I can. So we will attack you. We'll attack you again. And then we'll attack Frost with Jeets. I mean, they're all Jeets, but you know what I mean. But yeah, Trunks has basically a coin toss chance, a 50-50 of getting the guard and not getting the guard. So that is one kind of benefit, I guess, if we were comparing him to Super Saiyan 3 Fizz Vegeta, is at least he has more of a chance to guard at all times. But again, at the same time, is if you choose heads and you get tails, you choose tails and you get heads. If you get the opposite of what you chose in a coin toss, Trunks isn't guarding. He is open to a bit of damage. He'll do okay on a basic, especially after you super. So kind of, he's definitely more suited to a slot 2 unit. Yeah, let's finish it off. So he'll definitely work as a slot 2 unit and he'll do well on a basic. On a super, he's open to quite a bit of damage. I don't think he'll probably be one shot if his guard doesn't come off. But you would have to be a little bit more kind of careful of how much health you're sitting on, how many attacks are coming from where, how many chunks it's taken. Do you want to risk him potentially being hit by a super? So there is that. Now, if his guard does come off, of course, amazing. You know, you super attack, the guard is off. You've seen it on a basic, double digits on a super attack. Probably less than 100k, especially if you have type advantage, sorry, not disadvantage. If you have type advantage, even less. You know, easy as you like, win-win. So there is that. Do I? Well, yeah, because I want to keep the rotation, so it doesn't really matter. But obviously, the main reason why I compare both of these units is, of course, they have the chance to guard. And while if it comes off, like, they're both pretty, like, they're very good units. If really, oh, I didn't notice we're getting a Dokkan attack. Could have saved that going into the Rose and Goku Black, the Rose and Zamasu phase. But yeah, the reason why I compared them to is, of course, they both have the chance to guard. If it comes off, amazing. Essentially, it changes the dynamic of how they are as a unit. So if the guard comes off, Vegeta is an amazing unit. If the guard comes off for Trunks, amazing, very well balanced unit. High damage output, decent-ish defense, and guards. But then if the guard doesn't come off for Trunks, then he's all right. He's pretty good in ESBR. And then Vegeta kind of dips down probably a little bit lower than that. So that's why I hate the chance to guard. And as I said yesterday, I would love it. I honestly would love if they implemented this feature of whenever you're passive, like whenever you go into a new turn, like what just happened. Whenever you go into a new turn, all the passives are loading in, you know, where like you have all the I said this yesterday as well, but like you have those kind of free cut-in images of, you know, all the units on the turn, you have all their passives like pop up underneath. It would generally be such an amazing feature if they added this, that as that's loading into a turn and all of those kind of effects are popping up and it's like, this unit's passive off, this unit's passive coming off, and next to the little effect where their little images, it popped up with a little icon, a little like symbol. I don't know, that maybe had a shield on it, someone blocking, that basically told you for units that have a chance to guard, that basically indicated, hey, Trunks, he has the chance to guard. Next to his like little picture, his little effect, it literally said, hey, Trunks' guard is active this turn. And then vice versa, you load into another turn, all the passives and that are popping up. Next to his thing, there's no symbol, or maybe the symbol's up, but it has like a cross through it. And it's like, hey, Trunks isn't guarding this turn. And that's in your mind to go, okay, Trunks isn't guarding this turn, I need to be careful. Whereas if the guard doesn't come up right now in Dokkan, you don't find out until you get hit. And by then, that could be too late. Things have gone wrong. Runs over. Out. Finito. Done. Finished. And then there's essentially nothing you can do about it. If you can stun Rose here, that would actually be fantastic. Especially because I'm not going to be able to get the super off with the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. So if you can stun, it would generally be amazing. Even though the Whis is still active, that would be great. Okay, one super attack is on Super Saiyan 3 Jeets. Cool. Can you stun, please? That would make this turn go even more smoothly. Yes! Love that. Even to this day, EZA Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta he's so good. He's such an amazing ESBR unit. Stun, damage reduction for 10 turns. Such a good unit. The only thing he lacks on is, I think, just raw damage output, which, to be fair, if you're doing that, it doesn't really matter. So we're left with Zamasu, who... It's always you, isn't it? It's always you. Why can't you raise defense on both? Why does it have to be 18? Maybe I'll do this. And then Vegeta should naturally be okay with the type advantage. Yeah, I think we should be good. Think. He said, to be fair, Super Saiyan Vegeta does have a chance to counter. It doesn't come off like a lot, but like hopefully we need him to. He does said counter. But yeah, other than the chance to guard, he's a pretty decent unit. As I said, his damage output's pretty good. His defense after he super attacks isn't too bad, especially because mine has 2 dupes in him, which obviously does help. The additionals help, especially with part of his passive where, you need to attack 5 times in total for that attack plus 12% of each attack performed, because it stacks up to 60, which helps his damage output even more, which is why I say his damage output is actually pretty good. Not as good as Gohan's. His damage output is ridiculous. But Trunks is very good. Granted, he has the capabilities, again, if kind of the guard comes off for you, to have good damage output and also be pretty good defensively with the guard. But if it doesn't come off, then it's just neither here nor there. And then, of course, if you receive 5 attacks, which I don't think we've really been hit with Trunks currently on this phase, if Trunks gets hit 5 times, he also gets additional attack plus 12% with each attack received stacked up to 60, which is quite nice. As I said, it means his damage output is pretty good. Again, I don't think we need to pop an item here. The only risky part, actually, to be fair, there is kind of 2 risky parts, so I think we don't have a Whis. I feel like I don't need to, and then if Vegeta stuns, we definitely don't need to pop an item. I feel like we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna believe in my units. If Rose super attacks Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, we're definitely fine. If he stuns, we're definitely fine. But please stun. Okay, this just kind of worries me a little bit. I'm not really worried about you supering. It was Rose. Trunks should kill Rose here. Should. Even if he didn't, he would have additional, but he did. It's just this bit I'm worried about because of the type disadvantage. Please do not super him, for the love of God. We're so near the end. Thank you. Yesterday, the RNG was really not in our favor. Today it's coming off. Today's a good day. Dokkan really woke up and thought, no, we were quite harsh to him yesterday. Like, I kid you not, I attempted at least some, like, not the same run, but just runs in general. I attempted about 6 times. Minimum 6 times I attempted runs in Goku event and ESBR, and just RNG wasn't in my favor, down to who's dodging what and where. getting key, like the key placement, things like that. An additional, like in a certain place, like where units are getting super attacked, who's getting super attacked. You know, that one unit at the end of the rotation where you're like, there's one attack here, surely you're not going to super attack him, but you know, for some reason it's always the case that you get super attacked in the final slot where you don't want it, when there's literally one attack. There's been about 50 attacks throughout the entirety of the turn. There's one at the end, and that one at the end decides to be a super attack where you just don't want it. Yeah, it wasn't a good day yesterday, but today's good. Today's good. Today's going well for me. We'll do... It doesn't really matter because he's attacking twice in every single slot. We'll do this. I'm going to miss out on your 18 so I can give you, what is it, 6+ orbs now that you've transformed to give you the boost. But there is also the damage reduction for the snake, so we're pretty good because we also now have full health. But even in general, going back to Trunks, because I've kind of tangented a lot, he's done really well so far. Again, if the guard, the high chance the guard to come off, like if that coin toss chance comes off the guard, amazing for ESBR. If it doesn't, nah, he's capable. And again, in terms of links with this unit, he's a Super Saiyan 3. Oh, that kind of hurt a bit, but I think we're fine. We're fine going forward. In terms of his links, he's a Super Saiyan 3 unit, so he shares a lot of common links. Most of the Super Saiyan 3 units are key links anyway, which does help him dependent on the team you run him on. But for example, if you run him on a Vegeta's family team, you're kind of fine. Especially because you're more likely to have Vegeta's family. Actually, it's actually more beneficial if we do this. Do you know what? Now would be the perfect time to test both, like just be like, can we get the guard off on both of them? But then we're so near the end, I just do not want to risk it in the slightest that he doesn't guard. Like, now is not the time to be risking it. I mean, maybe Vegeta will stun, which means popping the well, you're actually not going to get super attack off, but popping the Usher isn't that bad. But yeah, you know, he shares quite a lot of links with, I mean, the Super Saiyan 3 unit, they share majority of the links together, like, okay, stunned, over the flash, limit breaking form, shattering the limit, so he links with a lot of units, you know, units that go on the categories he goes on. For example, Super Saiyan 3, again, hopefully sometime soon, we're going to have a very good EZA for Bardock, because there's been a lot of buff for the Super Saiyan 3 category since this celebration, so hopefully that is coming in not too distant future, and hopefully he'll be very, very good. Vegeta's family, of course, there's a free Super Saiyan 3 units on here as well, not to mention he doesn't link too badly, having that royal lineage that gives ki. You know, also the Dragon Ball Heroes and crossover, who's going to link to a lot of units on there as well. Again, there's a lot of Super Saiyan 3 units there. The only team, and I've actually tested him on this team, that he struggles for ki on. He's not bad on in general, but he struggles for ki on, which is actually, it is kind of bad because it's kind of a detriment to his passive, because you want him to super attack, so if you're struggling for ki, that isn't great. Not to mention, you need him to keep super attacking to build up the part of his passive. But I tried him on a Hybrid Saiyans team, and what's amazing is, or what's great about one of his links being Cold Judgment is, not many decent units in the game have it, apart from Ultimate Tech Gohan, but his link set's kind of bad, but he's still an amazing unit. But Cold Judgment is a unit that isn't very common, but it gives defense plus 20%, which is fantastic. And then goes up to 25% on link level 10. And that's the only one you can mainly link him to that has that link. But then because Hybrid Saiyans lacks Super Saiyan 3 units where the majority of the key links come from, because Over the Flash gives you ki plus 3, Limit Breaking Form, no, Shattering the Limit, sorry, gives you ki plus 2. You struggle for ki on that team, but you need Trunks to super. So you could run him on Hybrid Saiyans, but then your best bet is running him with some of the SSJ3 Gotenks units, including the Teen one and the Xeno one. And then if you don't have them, or you don't take them, your only other best bet to link him is Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, like the EZA ones, but then you usually typically link them with other Gotenks units to help them. So yeah, Hybrid Saiyans isn't the best place for him unless you do have the other Xeno units that go on Hybrid Saiyans. So just kind of like just a word of advice. But Trunks wasn't too bad there. Again, if his guard does come off, he's very good here. If it doesn't, you know what? He's actually not that bad. He's not that bad. He done well, decent damage output. Defense isn't too bad. You probably have to keep an eye on him just in case. But if the guard comes off, amazing. Similar kind of issue to Vegeta, but we all know how much I hate chances to guard. But other than that, done well. Done pretty well. That was quite an easy run. But let me know what you think of him down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys, and peace.